Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I want to give a big shout out to those who have commented, liked, shared and subscribed to my channel through other videos. It means the world to me. I'm just really grateful. And for the newcomers, thank you for joining me. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, comment if you will. It will help me and it will help other people learn different things. So today I am in my my little greenhouse, let's say my little big greenhouse. I told you guys in a previous video that I want to start focusing on having my plant garden. So with my flower garden, I have got a lot of different seeds, but today I'm focusing on a succulent because I want more in the house, around the house. And this brings me to one of my favorite succulents, the Crassula, Ovata, Jade plant, money tree. You will see these everywhere, like B&Q, home base, all of that. For me, if the Chinese restaurant doesn't have a big money tree in, I'm not eating from there. I don't know why that is, but that doesn't matter. So let me start with this baby here. She is nearly 2 years old and she was a cutting. Someone had gifted me a small cutting. I was really grateful because it has changed my relationships with plants altogether. What I have learned about this is not to water so much, because if you do, they will get heavy and they will drop off. Even though they will grow back again, there's always new growth, but this is a slow grower, so it doesn't need tending to as much, but I like to tend to her and speak with her and everything like that. So this is from a cutting. Now this one I brought nearly 2 years ago also. This is from B&Q and they must have had this for a long time, so I'm guessing probably 5 years old. So what I would like to do is take some cuttings from her and let it dry for 2 days to see if I can get more jade plants around the house. So for now I'm just gonna try and cut like here or maybe here, because I remember that when I was given the cutting it was split in two when I put it in. So I'm just gonna try and I'm gonna cut and dry it out, and then I'll be back in 2 days time. So here are my cuttings. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes. I might cut in between here, but we'll see. I'm so nervous because, like, look, she needs some water now. But it's okay, it's gonna grow back. It may take some time to do so, but you know, if you don't know or try, then you won't know, innit? So you have to just try and see what happens, so you can say, yeah, it worked or it didn't work, and I'm hoping that it works. I think this one has a very good chance of growing. Yeah, I'm actually very hopeful. So if you guys know how to actually do the cuttings properly, just comment below, but I'm still gonna give it a go. I'm gonna make these dry for 2 days and we'll see. So I actually meant to say for 2 weeks, not 2 days, because when you cut it, you will see the wound is open and it's kind of wet, so you have to keep it dry for 2 weeks until a brown thing covers it. But yeah, I'm very excited. So this is only day 1. If you can see inside, this will dry over. So I've split some of them up. You have to keep them away from anything wet because you don't want it to get diseased on the wound, because if it gets diseased on the wound, then the whole plant will be diseased. You can also make new jade plants from the leaves. I will try that if this one doesn't work, but very positive about this working. So I will be back in 2 weeks. So it's been about 2 weeks and a day now since I cut these off my Crassula Ovata, my Jade plant money tree, and hopefully you can see that they have dried. Minimum is 2 weeks, so I'm looking very forward, because the plant I had was only this small and it took 2 years to get to what it is to now. But that doesn't really matter, because it's just nice seeing them grow over the years and just learning how to look after them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of these, but I'm excited to have them in my home regardless. So let's get potting. Here I have 8 pots ready to put my jade plants in. I'm going to water them first, because I don't want to drown the cutting when I put it in. Just enough to moist it down for a bit, and we leave that for 5 minutes to soak in, and we will start. Just put it in like this. Eventually soon the pots will have to be changed, but for now I just want them to get acquainted with some soil. And at first, when I first did this, I was so stressed out, because I was thinking, how they're supposed to grow just from putting them in like this. But you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed and surprised. It just takes time, sun, water, and hope and love. Some are a bit smaller and some are big. But we'll just see. Yeah. So, and there we have our cuttings successfully potted. Don't worry about the time that it takes. Just keep watering them, put them in some sunlight. I've said that it took me a year to notice a big root when I had my first cutting. So in about 6 months I will repot these into a big pot. But I'm happy for this. If you're doing this at home, don't give up hope. Don't feel discouraged about it taking too long or anything like that. Just water it probably once a week and just let it do its thing. I will be back with an update in 6 months.